Hi everyone, how are you? It's Lori. I'm just checking in. I have a video. Basically, it's a haul of all of the things that I've gotten since the very beginning of June. I haven't done a catch-up video in so very long. I just wanted to show you all the goodies that have come my way since the beginning of last month. I am going to do more in-depth videos that I'll discuss. At the very end, I'm going to share with you like one of the biggest birthday surprises I've ever had. It was really special. It was a gift from one of my closest friends. I have a lot of content coming out this month, so stay tuned. If you want to follow along the adventures, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, you may notice that my channel no longer says Time with Tata. I have phased that out and I have just introduced my full name, Lori Ann Tata. In addition to that, I also have a little tagline where analog meets elegance. Prior to using fountain pens, I had never finished a single journal in almost 48 years of my life. Now I am an avid writer, and I really believe that using things that inspire you, things that you want to pick up, help you use your tools and your supplies more. That's just my little take. So welcome to Lori Ann Tata. This is a long video, so I'm going to stop talking right now. Thank you guys so much for being here, and let's jump back and check out all the fun things that I have gotten since the beginning of June. Okay, let's jump right into it with the inks that I bought at PW Ackerman while I was in Amsterdam. This was such a lovely shop to visit. This is the little DIY notebook that I did, my Louise Carmen knockoff. I ordered this moleskin insert to match the turquoise, which just came in the mail today. In this particular notebook, I'm doing content for Time with Tata, which I will be rebranding to just my name, Lori Ann Tata. You will see the changes kind of rolling in soon. So I have some content ideas here. This is my ink journal, which sadly I did not bring to Europe with me, so I was really missing it quite a bit. When I attended the Dutch Pen Show last year, I met the lovely owners and founders of Shanghai Stationery. They had some of the most beautiful ink I had ever seen. I loved their stuff. I bought like a little 4-pack sample and sadly lost it. Either left it in my hotel room, lost it on the plane, something, it never came home with me. So I was so excited when I went into PW Ackerman and I saw that they carried their ink. Did I need 2 50 ml bottles of ink? Probably not, but I have a thing for full bottles. I need to embrace samples. I'm not there yet. I got Queen Mother of the West and I got Deep River. While I was there, I was able to look at so many pens in person that I just typically see online. They had such a fantastic selection, but I did not buy a pen because I wanted to wait and see what Paris had in store. And there was also a specific pen from Waterman that I will talk about later that I wanted to buy for my trip to Paris. You might be able to guess it. Look at this ink. I love their ink so much. Am I sad I have 50 mils of this? Definitely not. This actually is leaning a little bit more purple here, and it's so nice. Very legible. It's like a dusty, just gorgeous color. Okay, I did have Forgotten Iced Coffee in here from Coffee Monsters Co. I think Blue-tastic pens on Instagram had that combination, and it was so perfect. But when I got this, I had to update it. So this is Shanghai Stationery. Oh yes, look at this. And this is my Scribo Feel. This is called Dandy. I have a cursive smooth italic grind on this, and it's gorgeous. Okay, so this is Queen Mother of the West. What do we think? Love this color so much. So happy to bring that home. Ooh, I'm hearing thunder outside. And this is the other color. I'm going to try to move somewhat fast, even though fast is usually not in my vocabulary. I'm going to share with you things I ordered before I left, things that I bought while I was in Europe, things that arrived since I've gotten home. I just am in such need of a catch-up. And I am typically not a blue person either, but I've been appreciating blues lately. And this ink just, it's gorgeous. You know, I've never bought any Birmingham ink, and this to me looks like what Birmingham might be like. That is on my wish list this year. to get some Birmingham inks. Look at how gorgeous this is. And this is a pen that I bought in Paris too. So we will talk about this in just a second. So this is, again, Shanghai Stationery, and this is called, we'll write it again just so you can see a sample. And I love that this does lean a little gray. It's just a really pretty, pretty blue. Kind of reminds me of a storm. And this is Deep River. Let me know in the comments if you're familiar with Shanghai Stationery. As it dries, you're going to see there's like a little bit of green, a little bit of gray that comes through. You can see in the sample here, it looks almost like the earth, the colors. And you can also see some of like the beigey golds coming through with Queen Mother of the West. So really happy with these two ink purchases. I think I got some notebook inserts there too. Honestly, Amsterdam feels like it was a million days ago. I think I'm just going to start going through my stuff. If something from Amsterdam pops up, I will let you know. But the store was absolutely beautiful. It had 3 levels. They had a ton of pen selection, ink selection. They had a great traveler's notebook selection. They had all the Dutch Pen Show exclusives. So I got to see the Waterworks Leonardo up close. It was beautiful. I also saw the Scribo up close. Gorgeous. I was sad to miss the Dutch Pen Show this year, so it was nice to see some of those things. I got some jump bands because I knew I was going to be getting my Louise Carmen notebook, so I wanted to get some jump bands, which seems crazy, all the way to Amsterdam, and I got those. This I actually bought when I was in Paris. We went to the, I don't know if it's called like the Love Wall. It says I love you in like 1,000 different languages. Look at all these here in the middle. See where it says I love you? So Jay and I went in front of this and we took a picture, and I just really liked this card. So I wanted to include this little postcard in my memorabilia for the trip. I did fill out my traveler's notebook while I was there. These were from Belgian Waffles at our train stop. These are all the pens I took with me. I don't know why I like to record that, but I do. And I like to see the inks that I bring, and I always bring more than I need. It's always fun to record it. Okay, so now you can see that this is dried down, and look at how gorgeous this ink is. I'm obsessed. I love it so much. Okay, here is the pen that I bought when I was in Paris. It was nothing I had planned to buy. I went into this cute little shop in Paris. This is the name of the shop that I went to. I didn't get to many because I was just really focused on getting my Louise Carmen notebook, but we happened to be in this neighborhood, and I went in, and they were so lovely in this store. They let me try a bunch of pens. I ended up getting this pen, which really shocked me, but I had never seen this pen before. And it reminded me of a Skogsy pen. When I went to the Chicago Pen Show, sorry, this is like the least aesthetic setup here. When I went to the Chicago Pen Show, I really loved the Skogsy pen, and I just never made my way over to purchase it. And it kind of reminds me of this in the base, and it's also an eyedropper pen, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a Jerbond pen. To be totally transparent, I thought this was $30. It was in the case, and then when I went to check out, it was $90, and I don't think I would have purchased it if I had known that it was $90, but she also gave me like 15% off, which was so nice. It ended up being less, but I literally couldn't see the price tag, and I was like, wow, for $30, this is such a great deal. But I loved the pen. I loved the writing experience. This is the name of the pen, and I'm finding it difficult to find a lot of information. I don't even know if they make this pen anymore, but this was the day after June 25th, which was our anniversary, and there was an incredible storm in Paris. It was absolutely insane. And when I was looking at this, the sales associate, the woman owner, shop person, whatever, she was lovely. She was trying to describe what this meant in English, and she said, last night outside, and I said, the storm, and she said, yes, the storm. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is a sign. It's absolutely perfect. It looks so great with this Deep River ink, and I loved it. So this is what was interesting, is as I was testing it, or as they were packaging it up, the other woman behind the counter was turning this, and she noticed that it just kept turning. And she's like, that's not right. I mean, it stops, like that's pretty secure there. But if you push, it will keep turning. And that has to do with threading, which if you look closely, this is not like the prettiest threading. It's actually, it's pretty not nice to look at. I don't think I was looking very closely. I don't know if this was like in their case for a really long time, but it writes so nice. So they gave me this clear one and they said, why don't you take both? Because this one stops as it should and the gray one doesn't. So I was like, well, that's kind of fun. I get 2 caps. When I came back from my trip, I also had another eyedropper pen from another company I'm going to show you. But it actually came with a little eyedropper. I don't have many eyedropper pens. This is only the 3rd in my collection. But you literally just pop the ink in there with an eyedropper. So this is not really a super high-end aesthetic pen, but I'll tell you, it is a great writer. So let's just do another writing sample here. I've been wanting to record in my ink journal all of the stuff that I got. So this is Jerbond. It is such a juicy writer. Smooth, smooth nib. I don't know if this is a Schmidt nib or what. They did a little stamp here to show where it came from. I also was thinking about getting some of the inks from Jerbond. They have a whole Parisian series, but they're available on Atlas, and I had already bought these big bottles of ink, so I decided that I would order them on Atlas. And I think I'm going to get the Eiffel Tower color. I really like Jerbond colors. The transparent clear top and barrel of the Jerbond's Tempest fountain pen enhanced dramatically the color of the ink, equipped with an eyedropper fill system. The fountain pen is made in France. The Tempest. Like the book. Okay, lovely, lovely writing experience. This is an eyedropper. I've just reached for this quite a bit. And this does not have the same craftsmanship as Skogsy. I feel like Skogsy's looks like perfect, but this bottom really reminded me of their pen. So I'm really happy about it. Also at that shop, I got this beautiful little card. I thought this was really pretty. It was a piece of leather. It is a postcard. I just thought it was lovely, and everything's written in French. And they had a whole variety of these in the shop. It was really cute. And I stumbled upon this shop. It happened to be on a list of recommendations from somebody. And when I was Googling like what pen shops are in France, this came up. I did not make it to any of the other pen shops. We were there for basically 2 days. And we went to the Louvre, and I had my appointment at Louise Carmen. We had dinner by the Eiffel Tower. So I was really focused on other things, which sometimes I can just be very single focused on pens. But that's that. In case you missed my last video on Louise Carmen, I'm going to talk about this really quickly. I already have a fully dedicated video to this on my experience there, and I will put it in the cards above. I had messaged them ahead of time and let them know I wanted to do a video, and they were kind enough to let me go in after the shop had closed. I met with one of the store managers, Andrea. He was phenomenal. You can see the whole experience. I think what's crazy is how much these already are starting to get broken in. And a lot of people are like, oh, I love the way it's patinaing. And I love the way it looks when it's brand new. If I'm being honest, I don't know what I did there. I got some mark there. All of this marking is coming up under where my little gree-gree is. These are my little charms, but it's almost like growing your hair out. It's like this in-between process that isn't my favorite, but like when you see their before and after, like what it looks like when you buy it and then what it looks like in a year, it does patina so incredibly beautiful. But these are the two that I bought. This is the Honoré. This is the Earnest. This is a medium size. The inserts for here are A5 Slims. This is the Liberty Portfolio. This also slides out. This is a separate cost. This cost almost as much as the leather does on its own, but it's fantastic. You have like little inserts for credit cards. They also give you a replacement cord, whichever color you purchase, which in this case, I got burgundy. They give you an extra one for when it loosens up. They have this little flag of France and their notebooks, which I think is nice. The branding is just beautiful here. They have their Louise Carmen stamp here in the back. And then these are their inserts. You can get a variety of inserts. I went with the dated inserts. I've now switched my morning pages to this Louise Carmen insert. You can see I've now just gone to doing 1 page for my morning pages because I'm journaling in so many spots and my writing's much smaller here than it was in my Leutram. I really like it so far. I like having all of my major notebooks in one spot. This is their to-do, which is more like a weekly calendar at a glance. Love this system as well. It's very similar to how, it's actually identical to how I filled out my weeklies on in my Sterling ink, and it's undated. This I'm using as content ideas for Lori's Boston Found. I'm putting all of my Time with Tata stuff in this big chunky one because I also have my ink journal, because Time with Tata, or Lori and Tata, is associated with pens. These are all affiliate, like, brand deals I have going on. And then this is my doodle pad because I always need to, oh, I took this apart to show somebody something. This is just messy doodles, which I need in every single notebook I own. So this is really nice to have this as a separate section. I did use one of my jump bands, but then I took it apart for this section. This is just a postcard you get from Louise Carmen. It's a little insert. This has just been more like a to-do list for me, like ongoing to-do list, like July 1st, July 2nd, July 3rd. If I do it, I check it. If I don't, I put a box in and I bring it down to the next day. Oh, this is planning for our trip to Italy, and then back to to-dos over here. So I've been using this really consistently every day. So this is kind of my everyday carry, all the stamps, my anniversary, my initials. And then this one I've been using as a wallet. I love this insert so much. Similar to the other one, has a pocket. You get 2 inserts with this. Oh, this is the Honoré, by the way. And in the back of this, it has a pocket right here, which you don't get in the road book. So I really like this pocket. The road book has 3 holes on the side here, and it holds up to 6 notebooks. This holds up to 4. This has just the 2, like the Honoré, so it can hold up to 4 notebooks. With the elastics, I have 2 in here. This also has a pocket. I have my Montblanc baby in here. It fits great in here. I also had my Colotino in here. And then again, the pocket is really nice. I had my passport in here. I have some tea in here. This is now my wallet right now. So this has been great. I've been loving this. Okay, that was Louise Carmen. I think that's everything that I got in Europe. If anything else pops up, I will let you know. When I got home, I had this adorable little Wencher pen waiting for me. How cute is this? This is also a little eyedropper rainbow. This is the cutest little thing I've ever seen. It is so chunky. I mean, just for reference, this is the pen that I was just showing you. It's crazy how chunky this is. So cute. I'm going to be doing an eyedrop pen specific video that's going to feature these 2 and one other pen that I have, but I just wanted to show this because it came in the mail and it's so damn cute. And I think I have my mother one in here too. Let me grab that doodle notebook. Love their little floral logo. This is a very affordable pen. And this also has the Shanghai pink color in there. I could not write with it without being posted. It's remarkably comfortable given the kookiness of the size. There is a smaller version of this made for children. This is like the chunky one. It's just so cute. And it's really a nice writer. I definitely wouldn't do like long writing sessions with this pen, but it's a great conversation piece. This is the 1, 1, 1. Very, very smooth nib. Super cute. Love it. And this ink, I think, looks great with it. That ink, I just feel like is going to go with so many of my pens. So this was waiting for me when I got home. So we will do a full review. Thank you to Wencher for sending that out to me. How adorable. I love it. Okay, back to my ink journal. Before I left, or while I was in Europe, I ordered the TWSBI Serpentine. I love this pen. I was so happy when they came out with this, when the matcha one did not have the bronze or the rose gold trim. And I actually got a matcha pen in an Atlas Nexi box that I did do an unboxing for. Let me know if you'd like to see that unboxing. I got like a huge box of stuff. The matcha pen was in it, but it was a big disappointment because the nib is just painfully scratchy. So if I could order a new nib or have some work done on it, I would do that. But as of right now, it's kind of unusable in my opinion. But that's what happens with the Nexi boxes. You don't really know what you're going to get. Somebody online did this combination and I loved it. So I ordered this. This is the Mad Hatter ink from Waringo. I will show you a sample here. I want to make sure I'm still in the screen here. Boom. My desk is such a mess. If you could see it right now, you'd be horrified. I feel like I still haven't like settled in since we got back. I've been just going back and forth to Boston and getting caught up on work and having fun with my notebooks and doing DIYs. I've been all over the map. Let's let that dry for a second. Let me find my cap here. And I got this with a broad nib. I think that's all that was left, but I was happy to get a broad nib. I have lots of TWSBIs, so I kind of just take what I can get. I usually don't like extra fines with TWSBIs though, because I love watching the ink slosh around in my TWSBI, so I like to have a broader nib. Whoops. And this is this bronze trim, right? And this is broad. I always get the E and the U mixed up. I never know which comes first. It's EUL. Ooh, look at that combo of those inks. I just love them. So that is my new Serpentine bronze pen. I decided that I have so many TWSBIs that I've been just reaching for. I just decided to put all my favorites in this little pouch here. This might be my mini, my TWSBI mini, my Diamond 580 in smoke. I don't know if I have much room for this guy in here. Something may have to get bumped. Maybe I'll bump my green. We'll go like that. This is Plotter, I think. Yeah, it's nice and lightweight, and I like it a lot. So that was waiting when I got home for me, as well as the Wancher. And I have some like crazy content coming out with notebooks because I've just been really down a rabbit hole. This is the Plotter that I bought for my husband. I don't think I can open it because I think he has all of his work notes in here. But this is the black one in the Bible size. When I bought myself a plotter, I bought the A5 size, which I really do like, but I was intrigued by this size, but I didn't want to take it from Jay. I saw somebody do a video on this company, Me Plus, and they are a competitor to Plotter. They have very similar stuff, but I reached out to this company and said that I was looking for like an everyday carry, and I wanted to try out, I think this is called, it's either their personal size. I think it's their personal size, not their pocket size. So I'll show them to you side by side. You actually have a variety of leathers that you can choose from. I went with this like shinier leather. There's a name for it. It starts with a B. It's really beautiful. As you can see, like the gold sheen is a little bit different. One of the things I loved about the Me Plus is that the rings you can get in gold, and you can also buy the rings in different sizes. Anyways, they sent this out to me. I've been using this as a wellness journal. I think I'm really done with Hobonichi weeks. I'm done with a lot of Hobonichi stuff, but definitely I'm not going back to the weeks. I had started this year in the weeks trying to keep up with a wellness journal. Rings can really get in the way when I journal, so I wanted a horizontal layout, and they had some really great options. This was a pull-out calendar. Actually ripped off the start of the year. Starting in July, I just went in this direction. I love this little like year at a glance. And then they have, this almost looks like recipe cards this way, which I also very much loved. Then they had this paper by the company Krina. It's a little bit lighter than this paper, like it's whiter, I should say. It is such thin paper. I love this Krena. Am I saying that right? I did a test with all these inks, and there is ghosting, but there's no bleed through. Love that. I did mostly undated. They sent me a bunch of extra stuff that I didn't put in here because I'm just trying to keep it really minimal. So huge thank you to them, but I'm going to do a full review on this. Oh, also, you can get your pen holder wider so it can fit fountain pens. I feel like they took Plotter and then they did things that made it even better. So I could have had my initials here. She put them here. I don't know if I requested it or I said surprise me, but I love how that looks with my initials there. And this is my Pilot Harbor Mint. Love this. But I have that here. This I'm not using as much because it's positioned this way, but I figured I could jot down some things here. I'm not really good with like really structured stuff. This is like a tracker that they just included, and I'm terrible with trackers, but I might even save this until next year. Undated is my friend. So what I did with the dailies, and even though the dailies go like this way, it's not turned this way, although I could easily turn it if I wanted to, easily. But I'm writing down food that I'm eating. This first day I did it like as a regular daily list, but here I kind of tracked calories. I was tracking calories here too. So this is going to be more about wellness, what I'm eating, if I'm drinking my water. I haven't fully set it up yet, but this was waiting for me when I got home. I just wanted to give Me Plus a little shout out. Stay tuned for a full review on this. Another thing I wanted to share with you is A Court of Thorns and Roses. This is our book club selection. I don't know if you've tuned into my book club videos, but this is going to be this is our next book. I am probably going to do my live on this in a week or two. I will write the date on the screen here if you want to write it down, if you want to get caught up. I've been partially reading and then listening to the Audible, and one of my very good friends is obsessed with the series, and she's actually going to come on the show and chat with me for the live, which will be really interesting because she's read every book in the series. She definitely knows a lot more than me, but I think it'll be fun for conversation. I listened to this on vacation and I'm just about finished. So if anybody is interested in hopping on board, the Audible is great. I have the dramatic Audible, which is like listening to a movie. It's so much fun. This is a Paper Republic notebook. This is a similar style notebook to the Louise Carmen. This is a side-by-side comparison. This is the Venezia. This is like the brown from Louise Carmen. I believe the color that's most similar to the Venezia from Louise Carmen is the plum. They do not have rounded corners. It is not a trifold. I was really eager to try this because there are some people very, very passionate about their Paper Republic. I'm also a huge fan of the store Top Drawer, and we have a Top Drawer in Boston, and they carry Paper Republic. I had ordered this. This company is out of Austria, had my initials put here, came with this orange elastic. I got this at a thrift store for my little charm here, and I am using this basically as a gratitude journal because my Hobonichi 5-year notebook, which I was so excited about, as many of you know, they were junk this year, like bled through. I did the first like maybe couple of days and then I just stopped. I was supposed to send it back to them. I haven't sent it back. I don't know if I can anymore. And I was pretty much going to do that as more of a gratitude journal. That was going to be by my bed at night. That's what I'm doing with this. So I'm not doing like 3 things I'm grateful for or anything like that, but I just stated my intention here. I thought I would start a gratitude journal in my new Paper Republic notebook. I've been feeling very blessed lately, and I wanted to document how I've been feeling. I plan to keep this by my bed and jot down a few daily thoughts before I go to sleep. So this was kind of like my first entry, 10:37. I have to tell you the story about this. This is something I'm very grateful for, but like I'm still blown away that this actually happened. Hold on. I want to cover this up. I totally forgot about this. So my best friend, my BFF, came to my house on my birthday, which was July 9th. And she said, I'm so excited for you to open this present. She is not a big gifty person. I had no idea what she bought me, but she actually does little pen stuff with me. Whoa, do you hear that thunder? Anyways, I opened the gift bag and clearly there was a pen in there. And now she knows I love Jinhao 10s. She has bought a couple Kavekos. We've gifted inks back and forth. So I was like, oh my gosh, she got me a pen. And I don't have many pen friends who are also like in my real circle of friends that I am with all the time. So anyways, she has an uncle who's a big watch collector and knew that I collected pens. He actually thought it was for someone else. He's like, does your friend Tabitha collect the pens? And she's like, no, my friend Lori does. And he's like, oh, here, take this, give this to her. Marguerite had no idea what it was. Well, I was opening this gift and totally thinking it was going to be a Jinhao. This is on my 52nd birthday. And I see this and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I wish she had recorded me. I was losing my mind. And she was joking. She's like, I had nothing to do with it. It's from Uncle Steven. Anyways, it's not in here. It is. It was brand new. A Montblanc 146, which I did not have. I have 2 149s. And I did not have a 146. and it was brand new. I've done a little research into it. We have no idea where it came from. She doesn't know if it was in his collection. Medium nib, I mean, perfect for me. And it is absolutely beautiful. Like, I still can't even believe it. I can't believe it. Beyond grateful. So I decided to ink it up with this very special ink that I got at an estate sale that is no longer available, this Carlo Collodi ink. It's gorgeous, and that was one of the things I had written about in my journal. I don't even know what to say. This is phenomenal. Let's add this to my ink journal. Oh, this was the day. I was just like writing everything down. This is the ink here. It's just gorgeous. I forgot that I was going to include this in this video, but I mean, these are all like new things since the last time we chatted. So this is perfect. This is called Le Grand. And I love this ink too. It's so beautiful for fall. I use this ink very sparingly. And this is a medium nib. Last year, I, of course, got my Jane Austen pen, which I busted out for its 1-year anniversary. I've been using that this week. And this is Carlo, is it 2 L's, Collodi ink. It's just beautiful, as I suspected it would be. So this is it. This is the final straw. I'm definitely doing a Montblanc collection video. I'm going to do it in 2 parts. I'm going to do one with all of my Montblanc inks. And then I'm going to do a video with all of my Montblanc pens and accessories like pen cases, notebooks, things like that. But this is it. This was like, okay, I feel like my collection is pretty well-rounded at this point from Montblanc, but just to show you the comparison of the two. This is the 149. Again, not going to do a ton of detail here because I'm just kind of little haul for you, but you can see the difference in the nib. But a lot of people would argue that the 146 is just much more practical. I mean, it's definitely more practical. I love writing with the 149. It's all I know. And this is also a medium nib. And I also have a vintage 149 with an extra fine nib that I've had some work done. This is also a bicolor nib. I still can't get over it. I've only had it for 2 days. I just can't believe it. But yes, this was a birthday gift. So excited. And the last thing that I will mention that is not in yet is when I was in Paris, I really wanted the Waterman Karen. I think it's called like Memories of Paris or Remembering Paris, something like that. But I really wanted to wait and use some of my credit at Atlas, but it was out of stock. So I just said, I'm just going to go home. When it comes in, it comes in. I will, if I have money for it, I will contribute some money. I will use some credit. I was literally home from Paris for maybe 3 days, and I got a notification that the pen was in because I had signed up for emails. I don't know how long it's been out of stock, so maybe you can let me know in the comments if you know. I ordered it so quickly. Have the Waterman Karen in amber. This one is absolutely beautiful, and it's going to be my Paris pen. Even though I got this one, I specifically did not really invest in a pricey pen while I was in Europe because I knew I wanted that Waterman Paris pen. I'm expecting that to be in on Monday. I will do an unboxing for that. That is a really big catch-up, probably the culmination of everything from the month of June and thus far in July of all of my pen treasures. I am going to do a video about my experience in Paris with the leather shop and do a step-by-step on my DIY notebooks and get into really big detail on that and Louise Carmen. And then I'm going to do a separate video with some comparison stuff. I'm going to go in depth with the Me Plus versus the plotter, and I also have the plotter in the A5 size, so we can discuss that. Then I'm going to do a huge video with all of my leather notebook covers, why I'm so into them right now, what I like about them, and some systems that I'm phasing out and some things that I'm also selling. So stay tuned. Let me know if there's anything special or the order you'd like to see things, if there's anything real specific you'd like to see. But I have a really fun lineup and I'm very excited to bring everything to you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. And if you want to be notified when I upload videos, just hit the bell and then you'll get notified. So thank you so much. I will see you soon. soon in another video.